Your early days, you described yourself as a nightmare boss. Those are your words, not mine. Was your work ethic just very different to everybody else's?
I was fanatical in my 20s. Helping Microsoft lead the way in software was the only thing that I really focused on. So, I worked weekends, I didn't believe in vacation. And so I really pushed people to work hard. Did you? And I was still learning how to manage people, particularly the different skill sets, the sales people, the accounting people. And so, I fortunately, I think I'm a little bit better now.
And my question to you is, if you suddenly found yourself to be, say, a sophomore in college at Harvard, what do you think you would study, and how do you think you'd spend your time engaging in activities?
Well, the thing that you're likely to be world class at is whatever you obsessed over from, say, age 12 to 18. In my case, it was writing software, where I would think I was good, and then I would meet somebody who would tell me I wasn't, and I would look at their code, and I went through 4 sort of comeuppances of, oh, that's what a really good programmer looks like. And part of the reason I worshiped digital equipment was eventually it was a couple of their very best programmers who came and shared with me how they thought about it, how they did things. And I had studied their code, and there were several people who were so key to my doing that. So today I would go into software, which today that means going into artificial intelligence. Computers still can't read. They cannot take a book of information and say pass an AP test on that book. And that's a solvable problem, but it's a knowledge representation problem. And, I've always wanted to solve that problem. I'm jealous that maybe one of you gets to work on that. I'm, unlikely to go back and be hands-on in that way, but it's the juiciest problem ever. I've thought about it for a long time. So I would go into AI. In my case, I'd say my best business decisions really have to do with picking people. Deciding to go into partnership with Paul Allen is probably at the top of the list. And then subsequently hiring a friend, Steve Ballmer. And having somebody who you totally trust, who's totally committed, who shares your vision, and yet he has a little bit different set of skills, and also acts as a check on you. Some of the ideas you come up with, you run by them because they're going to say, hey, wait a minute. Have you thought about this and that? And just, the benefit of sparking off of somebody who's got that kind of brilliance. It's not only made it fun, but it's really led to a lot of success. So picking a partner is crucial.
Yeah.
I had some really tough decision. I talked to my dad. I talked to Warren. I talked to my wife, Melinda. So I have enough people that know me and actually know where my judgment isn't its strongest, where I might get overexcited about something or, forget to think about something. And so they're good at correcting, particularly Melinda, good at correcting whatever those blind spots are. And I think it's good to encourage your friends and advisors to really give them that license. I can go to a party and forget to say hello to various people or something. That's a very minor example of my blind spots.
Not to the hostess.
Well, Melinda would help me do that.
Yeah, she would,
So, a small number of people that you can turn to on certain key things is a great asset.
Do you worry about Linux as a competition for operating systems?
Yes. We've competed against various forms of Unix over the years, and Linux is growing in popularity and definitely a competitor.
How threatening a competitor?
Well, it's a competitor we take very seriously. I think, part of Microsoft's success is that we don't underestimate the importance of the work that other companies are doing. And so we look out, we think, are there aspects of that are best practices? For example, online support, some of the community things that are done around Linux are done very well. So, we're thinking about it, making sure that our innovation will make sure that our value and our leadership stays in front.
Okay.
By the way, I believe in winners and losers, and especially the freedom to fail.
Who? Him? Who? Him? Who? Him? Who? Me?